What if I told you there are 5 simple ways to boost your intelligence starting right now? Imagine unlocking new levels of thinking that make your everyday tasks feel easier, more creative, and even more fun. These tips could completely transform the way you approach learning, problem solving, and your overall mental growth. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have 5 practical techniques to sharpen your mind and unlock your full potential. Let's dive in. The first tip is seek novelty. Have you ever noticed that when you try something new, like learning a language or taking a new class, it feels difficult at first? That's because your brain is working harder to create new neural connections. When you expose yourself to new experiences, whether it's learning an instrument, picking up a new sport, or even trying a new hobby, you force your brain to adapt and grow, just like your muscles when you work out. It's important to break the routine. If you stick to the same patterns, your brain gets used to it and stops growing. The key is to keep your mind stimulated with fresh activities. Even simple things like visiting a new place, trying a new recipe, or reading about a new subject can wake up those dormant brain cells. Let's take the example of Leonardo da Vinci. He was constantly seeking out new fields of study, from anatomy to painting to inventing. This curiosity and hunger for knowledge helped him make groundbreaking connections that no one else could see. Now, think about it for a second. What's something new you've been putting off? Maybe it's learning to play an instrument, starting a blog, or joining a local club. Drop a comment below with your idea. Let's see how we can challenge our brains with something new. The second tip is challenge yourself. Now this one's tricky. It's easy to get comfortable doing things we're already good at, but that can hold us back from growing. Think of your brain like a muscle. If you don't push it, it won't grow. When you try something new that's hard, your brain is forced to form new neural connections. So instead of settling into easy tasks, take on new challenges that push you outside your comfort zone. This could be learning a new skill, tackling a difficult project, or solving puzzles that make you think differently. Think about it. When you first learned to ride a bike, it was hard, right? But with every attempt, your brain and body worked together to figure it out. And now, riding a bike is second nature. The same thing happens with your cognitive abilities. If you keep doing things that are challenging, you keep growing. Take Magnus Carlsen, for instance, the chess grandmaster. He constantly challenges himself by playing against other experts or even advanced AI, forcing his brain to strategize and adapt. This constant challenge is what keeps him sharp. Here's a question for you. When was the last time you truly challenged yourself? Whether it's learning something new, taking on a tough project, or tackling a big puzzle. Let me know in the comments. I'm excited to hear how you're pushing your limits. Tip number 3 is think creatively. Now, creativity isn't just for artists. It's for everyone. Creative thinking means you're using your brain in different ways, combining ideas from different areas and coming up with something new. When you think creatively, you engage both sides of your brain, the logical and the imaginative. One way to boost creative thinking is to connect unrelated ideas. For example, if you're stuck on a problem at work, try thinking about how an artist would solve it. What if you approached it as if it were a design problem, not just a logical one? Think about Steve Jobs. He didn't just focus on technology. He blended it with artistic design to create innovative products that revolutionize the industry. This cross-disciplinary thinking is what made Apple products so unique. When you combine different perspectives, whether it's science with art or logic with emotion, you unlock innovative solutions that others might miss. So what's a problem you're currently working on? How could you approach it creatively by thinking outside the box? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so share them in the comments. Tip number 4 is do things the hard way. In today's world, technology makes everything easier. But easier isn't always better for your brain. When we rely too much on tools like GPS or calculators, we're not exercising our memory or cognitive abilities as much as we should. Try challenging your brain with tasks that make you think. Instead of using your GPS, memorize the route. Instead of using autocorrect, spell words out fully. And when it comes to math, try doing calculations in your head. Take the example of London taxi drivers. To become a licensed driver, they have to pass a test called the Knowledge, where they memorize over 25,000 streets in the city. This intense training boosts their spatial memory, making their brains stronger in ways that others don't experience. By doing things the hard way, their minds get a full workout. So next time, try memorizing something new or do mental math when you get a chance. It's a great way to give your brain some much-needed exercise. The final tip is networking. But we're not just talking about meeting new people. It's about having conversations that challenge your way of thinking. By exposing yourself to new perspectives and ideas from others, you'll be able to see problems from angles you hadn't considered. Think of Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. Their friendship and collaboration have helped shape their approaches to business and philanthropy. By exchanging ideas, they've each gained new insights that they wouldn't have had alone. Conversations spark creativity. When you hear a new perspective, it can help you rethink how you approach your own problems. Who in your life helps you think in new ways? Is there someone you always have great conversations with? Share in the comments. I'd love to hear about those connections that push your mind forward. So, let's quickly recap the 5 tips that can help you boost your intelligence. 1. Seek novelty. Try something new. 2. Challenge yourself. Push your limits. 3. Think creatively. Combine different perspectives. 4. Do things the hard way. Exercise your brain. 5. Network with others. Gain fresh perspectives. These tips don't just improve your thinking, they can transform your approach to learning and life. Now it's your turn. Start applying these tips today and see how your mind sharpens. And if you're serious about unlocking your full potential, hit that subscribe button and join me on this journey to boosting your intelligence every day. Let's grow together.